name is Dre Murray, and we are at Legacy Church. My homeboy Von Juan, doing a little Gold Rush experience. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, I do a segment for Way to O about artist's first introduction to Christian hip hop. So, what was your introduction to Christian hip hop?
My first introduction to Christian hip hop was my oldest brother listening to Grape Tree, which was a Christian hip hop label started in like the early '90s, I think, out of Houston. And so I wasn't a Christian at the time, but he had just got saved a couple years back, and he would always play it in the car. Dudes like Lil Rascal and Nuwine and LG Wise and that kind of stuff. So from there, I grew to like Nuwine's music, and he played a huge part in me actually coming to Christ. And he didn't even know it, you know what I'm saying? I was able to meet him and that kind of stuff. So that was my first introduction, was Grape Tree Records and those guys from Houston.
So you saw them perform some here in Houston and stuff?
I saw Nuwine and Lil Rascal perform, and a funny story, I went up to Nuwine because I think I might have been a senior in high school, and I was making some records, and I wanted to do Christian. I was kind of skating, I was on the fence about it. I didn't really know what I want to do, and I was kind of like, I'm gonna ask him to sign me, and if he signs me, then there was a sign that I was supposed to do it. And he was like, "No, I'm not really looking for any artists right now," and that like infuriated me. Dude. I went home. I was like, "Man, where my Tupac at, dog?" Like I was threw everything out the window. I didn't want to hear it no more. But eventually, I kept listening to him, and eventually, the seeds that he had planted, God used those to put me where I am now. So
do you ever have fans ask you if you can sign them?
I've never had anybody ask me if they can sign them. I've had tons of people asking me to listen to their stuff. And I think that was the thing most of all that infuriated me that day, was that I slid him my tape. It was an actual cassette tape.
Yeah.
And he didn't really want to look. He didn't want to listen to it at all. It was kind of like I was bugging him a little bit. So, but yeah, I get tons of demos all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cool. Are you going to get in trouble with the Oklahoma fans for wearing a Harden shirt down here in Rockets colors?
This was actually made in Oklahoma City. My boys from Groove Flock. You know what I'm saying? Because Harden was in, Oklahoma with the Thunder, and then when he got traded, they had some white and blue shirts, but they just decided to make these. So, I don't see anything wrong with it, man. It matched my hat. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. And last couple concerts, I think I've even seen you wearing the bucket cap from EPMD, and I know you're kind of a fan, I guess, of those guys.
Yeah, I love EPMD, and I found that in Virginia.
Yeah.
Before the concert in Virginia, and I think that's gonna be like my little thing when I can find some dope bucket hats. That one was, flip it inside out, and they had another side to it too. So that's gonna be my thing. I might get a Dookie Gold rope too. You know what I'm saying? Take it back.
Bringing the bucket hat back.
Yep, and the short shorts above the knees.
Yeah,
man.
Cool. Last thing is, there been a song from the Gold Rush album that maybe has gotten more attention or more traction than you suspected that it might at first, or a line or something that's really kind of gotten people's attention that you've heard?
I think, Pharaoh has gotten the most, as far as publicity, just with the video, and then it was a little controversial as far as the video. Some people loved it. There are, a few people that actually didn't like it at all and hated it.
What didn't they like? Because you weren't in it, or because it showed a woman with cleavage?
Actually, some people didn't like it because I wasn't in it, but there was a lot of people. The people that didn't like it, the majority just thought that it was provocative. In which I don't see that at all. And that I was kind of making people stumble with, what was depicted in the video. But overall, the theme is there. We're just trying to teach people that you can't take it with you when you die. So, but that's probably the most talked about, I think. That, and maybe one day I would say, or the most talked about, just because Kristen Gray's beautiful angelic voice. So
Cool. And where can people find you on Twitter? Is Dre Murray 22?
Dre Murray 22. That's on Twitter, Instagram. Then Facebook is Dre Murray Music. You can hit me up there. You can just search for Dre Murray. It'll pop up, and reach out to me. I'll reach back to you, and I won't necessarily say I'll follow you back, but I do have conversations with people on Twitter and do social media. So hit me up. go get Gold Rush maybe one day if you don't already, and the We Live as Kings album too. So
Yeah.
yep.